Hi guys, it's Mr. Gonzalez again, here with Lesson 9, Whole, Half, and Quarter Rests. The main objective of this lesson is to be able to identify whole rests, half rests, and quarter rests. Also, to understand their value in 4/4 time. Let's get going. Music is not only made up of sounds, but also the silence between sounds. The duration of musical silence is determined by the value of the rest. A whole rest means to rest for a whole measure. It hangs down from the fourth line. I like to think of a whole rest as an upside down top hat. A half rest is equal to half of a whole rest. It sits on the third line. I like to think of a half rest as a right side up top hat. A quarter rest is equal to 1/4 of a whole note. I like to think of a quarter rest as a mouth, getting ready to breathe in air. 2 half rests occupy the same amount of time as 1 whole rest, and 4 quarter rests occupy the same amount of time as 1 whole rest. Knowing this, we can deduce that 2 quarter rests occupy the same amount of time as 1 half rest. In 4/4 time, quarter rests are equal to 1 beat. Here we see a measure with 4 beats. A quarter note on beat 1, a quarter rest on beat 2, a quarter note on beat 3, and then last a quarter rest on beat 4. All equaling 1 beat each. Half rests are equal to 2 beats. Here we see a measure with 4 beats. The first 2 beats are occupied by a half note, and the last 2 beats are occupied by a half rest. Whole rests are equal to 4 beats. Here we see a measure with 4 beats and 1 whole rest. Let's take a look at this exercise. First, we are going to divide the staff into 4 measures. I have already added a double bar line at the end as well as a 4/4 time signature in the beginning. Next, we will fill in the first bar with 1 whole rest, the second bar with 2 half rests, the third bar with 4 quarter rests, the fourth bar with 1 half rest and 2 quarter rests. Let's get going. First, let's divide up our measures. We'll add 1 measure here, another measure right around here, and then our last measure right around here. Our next step will be to add the rests. For our first measure, we will add a whole rest. Remember, it goes on the fourth line with the rectangle part facing down. Next, we need 2 half rests. The half rest goes on the third line with the rectangle part facing up. Now, for our third measure, we are going to add 4 quarter rests. And then, for our last measure, we will add 1 half rest and 2 quarter rests. You will have more opportunity to practice drawing your quarter rests, half rest, and whole rests in another exercise. And that's it for today's lesson, guys. I hope you feel more confident in your ability to identify whole rests, half rests, and quarter rests, as well as understanding their values in 4/4 time. In our next lesson, we will go over 2/4 time.